Welcome back, guys. So, I was just sitting here reading an article by Car and Driver about the top 10 best cars of 2024. A lot of times I find these type of reviews and that kind of biased. I think they're sometimes not taking everybody into consideration when they write them, but I have to say, I have to admit, commend Car and Driver for this one because I think they did a really good job here. So stick around and we're going to go through it. And I'll give you my impressions and invite you guys to leave your comments on what you think as well. Be right back after I roll the intro. Okay, let's share the screen so you guys can see what article I'm talking about. All right, let's get rid of that. So I'm going to read some of it to you guys. I mean, I know some of you watch these videos on smaller screens like cell phones and whatnot, and you might not be able to see what's happening here. So let's get into it. So, first up on the list here is the Cadillac CT4 Blackwing. This car, I have to say, I have seen this in person. Very impressive car, very impressive stats on it. Beautiful lines. And yeah, I would say it's a great sports sedan. I haven't had a chance to actually drive one. I've driven the regular CT4, and I know that is a very impressive car. I may do a review on that one with you guys very soon. So stay tuned for that one. But yeah, I think they did a really great job. I mean, it has, even in the sport model, it has great acceleration. The thing goes around corners like it's on rails. It's nimble, is easy to park, easy to bring around a parking lot in the shopping mall. And yeah, it's just a great all around family car. Lots of room in the trunk. So yeah, I'm going to give this one a thumbs up here. I think it really is good. I mean, it's even, or in the magazine here, beat out the BMW M3 and the Alfa Romeo as well. So yeah, kudos to Cadillac for that one. Cadillac, yet again, with another one on this list, also Blackwing, the CT5. Now, to the average person, I think a lot of people, unless you're in a car guy, you're probably not really going to notice a big difference in these cars except for the size. But that's kind of similar in the segment, I would say. I mean, unless you're a car guy, a lot of people aren't going to notice a huge difference between a BMW 3 Series, 5 Series, Mercedes, if you go up and down on their size as well. They do look very similar. There are subtle differences. And obviously, size is a difference too. But yeah, the CT5 is actually probably my favorite. I like cars that are a little bit bigger. It's a little bit bigger than the CT4. It's kind of nice. And you know what? They're just incredibly affordable cars. So yeah, I'll give them a thumbs up on this one too. I think they did a great job on that, and I'm glad that GM hasn't done something stupid and got rid of these like they have with some of their other cars. But anyhow, I digress. That's a story for another video. I've touched on this in a few other videos before, so we won't go down that road right now. But um, this would be the stupidest segment to get rid of a car in, since all their luxury competition in Europe all have cars. Anyhow, I digress. The Chevrolet Corvette. Now, personally, 60s, 70s Corvettes, specifically Stingray, up until now, were probably my favorite Corvette. I mean, I like most generations of Corvettes. The only one I was never really a huge fan of was the Corvette in the 80s. But then again, The 80s to me was a very hit and miss decade for vehicles. They had some really nice ones. They had some that were just, yeah, you'd probably prefer to forget about. But I wouldn't say the Corvette was horrible in the 80s, but it really wasn't one of my favorites. Now, that being said, when they brought out this mid-engine configuration of the Corvette, and I saw this in person, I sat in it, I started the engine. This car is now quite easily my favorite Corvette of all time. I think they have hit this one out of the park. I mean, they've now got a Stingray here that launches from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 2.8 seconds. Crazy, eh? So, anyhow, thumbs up on that. All right, moving on, we have the Honda Accord. Now, I would say the two main competitors, in my opinion, in this segment would be the Honda Accord and the Toyota Camry. Chevrolet's pulling out of this with the Chevy Malibu, and Ford has gotten rid of all their cars for now, anyhow. Although there's rumor of one of them coming back again, but for now they don't have one. I would agree with them on this one too. Actually, if I was going to be choosing between an Accord or a Camry, I would choose the Accord over the Camry. I think it's got much nicer lines. It's a little bit more sporty. Camry just to me is just a very dull, boring car. I mean, the newer one, yeah, they've improved it. I think it is better than what it used to be. And but if I had to make a choice there, I would definitely choose the Accord over the Camry. And according to this here, it's actually claimed a spot in Car and Driver's top 10 for the last 39 times now for mid-sized family sedan. So, yeah, I mean, it's affordable. Got lots of room in it. I mean, I haven't sat in one, but I mean, I've seen them obviously, and you can tell the size of the car. It's got a pretty good amount of room in there. Good fuel economy, good, a bunch of different choices and engines and that. So, yeah, I give you guys a thumbs up on this one too. Like, this is very unusual. I mean, I usually read these things and start shaking my head, and what are you thinking, anyhow? But I'm not usually in this much agreement with a top 10 list, but I have to, like I say, I have to give them kudos for this one. This is why I decided to share this with you guys. So, moving on, now we have the Honda Civic. Okay. And this is the 11th time the Honda Civic has appeared on the top 10 list. It's been a top selling car in both Canada and the US for a number of years now. Again, as I addressed in one of my other videos at one point there, why it was so frustrating when GM got rid of their Cruze. They basically gave the whole market to the Honda, maybe the Corolla too. But again, I think I pick a compact car that's an affordable price. I'm going to pick a Civic over a Corolla. I'm sorry, but the Corolla is still, to me, is just dull. But I think a lot of Toyotas are kind of dull. But that's just my opinion. So anyhow, thumbs up again to you guys. Now we move on to the Lucid Air. I'll be fully honest, I'm not a huge expert on this brand. I mean, it's a nice looking car, but I would be very skeptical about buying something like this because I mean, you don't know the longevity of the brand really. But somebody wants an electric car, okay, yeah, I don't know. There's some things to be said about it. I think that it does kind of beat out the Tesla as far as styling goes. But the Tesla's going to beat them out because it's a more recognized brand and has a more stronger likelihood of staying around because let's face it, they still corner the market in electric vehicles. So I don't know. I'm going to kind of give this one kind of a half thumbs up. I'm not sure I would put that in the top 10. Maybe they did it because there wasn't a lot of top 10 worthy electric vehicles, and they wanted to put a couple in here to kind of, you know, create some diversity in the list here because is a segment out there that wants to buy electric cars. So you need to consider them as well. So yeah, it gives about a half thumbs up. Mercedes-Benz E450. Yeah, you know what? Excellent choice as well. You can see by this picture. I just it's nice clean lines, nice rims on these, good performance. Yeah, it's got the Mercedes name. Yeah, I don't know there's much else to say about that, but I give you guys a thumbs up on this one too. I think this one, is definitely worthy of a top 10 list car. Now we go on to the Porsche Boxster. All right. Now, I've been watching some videos about this one lately. There's a podcaster I watch named Richard Cooper, Entrepreneurs in Cars. I know he has a Porsche as well. So I kind of he did a review on it, and it kind of led me down a rabbit hole a bit, what you say, to kind of look at it and look into it and read some more reviews on it to see what this car is all about. I've never personally been a huge fan of the Porsche. I don't dislike them. Just the styling never really appealed to me. I definitely can appreciate what they do, what they're capable of, and what they're known for. Their performance car. And as Richard Cooper said, he's taken this thing on rallies and that. And he says one of the best rally cars that he's ever driven. So, yeah, you know what? I'm going to give this one a thumbs up too. Yeah, even though I'm not a huge Porsche fan, I think from what I've seen, read, and watching videos, I think it's definitely is worthy of a top 10 car. So moving along to the Subaru BRZ Toyota GR86. Nice looking car, nice lines, nice design, very sporty. Um, yeah, and quite affordable actually, really too. So looking at the 31,000 range start, even still, for what you're getting and the specs I read in this car, I think you're getting a good value for your money. And that's probably feeling that's probably one of the reasons why it made that list. And it still comes in a 6-speed manual transmission available as well, which is very important for somebody looking for a sporty car. So yeah, thumbs up. And we make our way down to the Tesla Model 3 long range. Well, we can't argue that Tesla is the kingpin of the electric car market, and yeah, I mean it's a nice looking car from the outside. I absolutely hate the interiors of them. It looks like they just lost their ambition when they got to the interior of these cars. The seats look nice, but the dash is horrible. Like you got this like tablet thing that you stuck on the dash, and it almost looks like an afterthought. But obviously, they're doing something right because people are buying them, people gravitate towards them. So, and you can't deny that, you know what, they still have cornered the market in the electric car. So, I'll give you the thumbs up for that. I mean, you can't really deny that. And like I said, you need to have a well rounded um, survey, I guess you want to say, in this, top 10 list because, you need to encompass all the people that are reading your magazine and are looking for a vehicle. And I think they did a good job of that. They got a little bit of everything. They got the performance sedans, you've got the more basic sedans, the compact cars, electric cars. Yeah. Thumbs up to Car and Driver for this one. I think you guys did a great job on that. What do you guys think? Do you think they missed a car in the list? Do you agree with the cars that they picked? Do you have something to add? Leave me a comment below. Let me know. I'd be interested to hear what you guys have to say. And yeah, I gotta say, I was just reading it and I thought it was something really good to share with you guys. Anyhow, hope you guys all have a great day whenever you're watching this. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Cheers.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.